Father,
What is this?
father of my child. This is a YouTube video.
Oh, is it? I gotta go. I love you so much. Is there anything I can do for you? You always want me to do things, clean and cook. Is there anything else you want me to do? To take care of you?
Take me to Target. Just kidding.
Why would I take you to Target?
So I can buy clothes.
No.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So this is kind of like a part 2 from the last video, just of me sharing some 3 products that we used for our cats whenever they got an upper respiratory infection, which they had developed over being overly stressed. So what happened was we had guests over and they kind of got overwhelmed by the kids, and one of my cats, Love, she has kitty herpes, and whenever she breaks out and whenever she gets overly stressed, she breaks out into an upper respiratory infection, or she gets an eye infection, which is still associated with the upper respiratory infection, and then basically she spread it amongst the rest of my cats. And so the symptoms, first it started with Love, and she started sneezing really bad one morning, and then I noticed that, and I let it go a couple days, and I realized, okay, now she's starting to have a really stuffy and what sounded like a watery, a runny nose. So every time she would sneeze, she would get a lot of fluid coming out of her nose. So we would have to dab her nose with a tissue and just kind of help collect that fluid, because you could tell it was really bothering her. And then her eyes would get runny, and I was really looking out for her eyes, because last time she had swollen eyes, and one of her eyes will shut, and so you want to keep an eye out on that, because if you let that go too far, your cat could lose its eye or go blind. But we never let our cats go that far with any kind of sickness or infections. So basically, yeah, she spread it amongst all my cats, and the next cat started sneezing, and after that my third cat started sneezing, and then all hell broke loose, and our house was like a mini pandemic with all our cats being sick except for TV. TV survived really well. She did not get sick. She actually kind of kept her distance from the cats, and she was a soldier. She didn't get sick until the very last minute, when all 4 of my cats got better and back to normal, she finally got sick, and I was like, oh my god, poor you, you really survived through it, and now you're sick. And she just looked horrible. All she wanted to do was be around me and cuddle, and just kind of normally she's kind of antisocial, so whenever she was sick, it was really strange for her to be wanting to cuddle with me and being around me. She's usually with Colby all the time, 24/7. Whenever your cats are sick, always pay close attention to how they are normally, because when they get sick, you'll know right away, because they will either be lethargic, they'll be antisocial and hiding all the time, or they'll be really close to you, depending on your cat, because I have 5, and they all have completely different personalities. One of my cats, Sugar, she grooms me all the time, and she's always with me in the bathroom. All my cats will come in the bathroom every morning, and when I went into the bathroom one morning and none of them came in, and Sugar definitely wasn't in there trying to groom my hair, it struck me as there's something wrong with my cats, So yes. So on to the medication. So the first medicine I'm going to show you is the eye ointment, which is Terramycin. Terramycin is an eye ointment, and this is what I put on my cat anytime I see her starting to develop watery eyes, or her eyes starting to slightly shut because it's starting to get red and irritated. That's how you know she's starting to develop the eye infection. And what I do is I just basically open up the eye with 2 fingers, and I have a dot of the ointment on my finger, and I'll just wipe it in there. Depending on your cat and the personality, might be cool with it. Other times you might have to wrap it up in a little burrito blanket, so that they can stay still long enough for you to put it in their eye. And it works really, really well. I highly recommend it. You want to go outside? It's cold out there. It's cold and rainy. So yes, Terramycin eye ointment. I highly recommend this. 5-star, actually more than a 5-star, because it really does work wonders, and it really helps fight off that infection to get your cat's eyes back to normal. Next one is you can use as a daily treat for your cat, or when they are actually having an upper respiratory infection. It's Lysine from Vetri Science Laboratories, the Vetri Lysine Plus. It basically is an immune system boost for your cat, and depending on how severe the infection is, you can give them 2 a day or 1 a day. I would probably start off with 1 a day. Some cats don't like it. If your cat is very food motivated, they'll eat these things right up. If your cat isn't, and sometimes with upper respiratory infections, they stuff up the cat's nose, so it's hard for them to smell, and they might not want to eat it. So you can mix it up in like either their wet food, or you can crumble it up in a can of tuna with the one that's water, the one with water, because then sometimes when your cats are sick, they also get a little dehydrated, so it's good to have some cans of tuna and water so that they can kind of get their hydration back up. So yes, this is another highly recommended. It also works wonders, and it really shows results. The last but not least, FortiFlora. This is a prebiotic probiotic supplement for your cats. They come in a little pouch like this, and you can put it in a can of tuna. What I do is I put it in a can of tuna, and then I add some more water on top of it, because this will absorb a lot of the tuna juice. So I add more water. It also helps to hydrate your cat, and they'll pretty much drink it versus eating it, because sometimes your cats aren't going to really want to eat, depending on how severe their infection is. So if you adding a little bit of water to where it kind of liquefies, they'll drink it and they'll get back to normal in no time. So yes, definitely recommend this. I actually recommend all 3. And then this, if they are having watery eyes, and if you're noticing the puffiness or redness, irritation, this. But if their eyes are fine, you don't need this at all. You just need these, or even just this. But yes, I recommend those. And this will also save you a trip to the vet. So when your cat has an upper respiratory infection, most likely you'd go to the vet, and they will either prescribe you this, or this, depending on where your symptoms are at with your cat. And you can save a lot of money by getting these 3 things from Amazon.com. I'll put a link down below, and there you have it. So these are the good things to keep in your medicine cabinet for your little kitties, to nurse them back to health, and they'll be happy kitties in no time if any of you are currently dealing with that. But hopefully none of you guys are dealing with that. It like literally broke my heart whenever I seen all my cats sick. I was just like, oh my god. And it was just like terrible. But I'm so happy that they're back to normal, and they're super healthy now, and they're happy campers. They're all up my butt. And definitely crying for treats again. But yes, my next video will be a what's in my hospital bag. I got a request for that, so that's kind of exciting. I had been thinking about doing some baby videos or like pregnancy YouTube videos, but I wasn't sure, because like I just been like kind of relaxing and chilling. I really did take a break because the first trimester was killing me. Like I should talk about that in the hospital bag video, but yes, just know I had to take a little break. It wasn't about me anymore. It was about this thing, this little baby in here. And also, you can follow me on IG, and you can also follow me on TikTok. And I also just opened a little Poshmark store, and if you guys are wanting to check those things out, go ahead and click the links down below. I'm going to put a link down below for my little social medias and my Poshmark store if you want to check it out. And yeah, I got 1 sale on my Poshmark, like Yes! I was really, really freaking excited to have my first sale on Poshmark. I almost wanted to give up on it because it was just taking so long, but I mean, it's just a project. And so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you pretty roses in my next video.